So let's take a quick tour around RHEL 5's integrated virtualization. We're going to start by launching Virt Manager, our graphical interface for managing virtual machines. So from System Tools, Virtual Machine Manager. Now I can connect to a remote hypervisor or to the local hypervisor running on my machine here. So double click to connect. And here I've got a number of machines already installed. So if I want to start a machine, I'll select its name. I can right click and select Run. Double clicking will let me launch the virtual console. So here I have a Windows 2003 server running. And under View and Details, I can have a look at the performance of the machine along with the hardware that's being configured. So here I have a single virtual CPU allocated, 0.5 GB of memory, disk, a network card, display and mouse. Okay, I'm going to leave that running in the background. So if I want to create a new virtual machine, I can click on the hypervisor, select New, and the wizard will walk me through the installation process. Click on Forward, and then give my system a name. I'll call this RHEL 5. And I get to pick if I want a power virtualized system or a fully virtualized system. A power virtualized system is an optimized Linux kernel which will give you better performance and scalability when virtualized. So typically for a RHEL guest, we'll always use power virtualization. Fully virtualized we use for legacy operating systems which require full emulated hardware. For example, Windows XP, 2000, 2003. So I'll pick power virtualized. Click on Forward, and I need to point to my installation tree. That could be on a web server, NFS server, an FTP server for centralized management. I've got one configured already on a web server. If I want to pass an optional kickstart for an automated installation, I can enter that here. I'm going to go through a manual install, so I'll just click Forward. I now have to allocate the storage space, the disk for my virtual machine. I could point at a partition or logical volume, or create a simple file on my machine. So I'm going to create a file for my disk image. I select how large it's going to be, in this case 4 GB. I can allocate the space now, or do delayed allocation to save disk space on my host. Clicking on Forward, and I can pick how I do my networking. I can have a virtual network with a local network on my server, a shared network where I bridge to a physical device. I keep with a local network. Click on Forward and allocate the memory. So I'm going to say a maximum memory of 512 megabytes, but I'm going to start off with less, with 256 megabytes. And we can dynamically increase what's allocated to the guest if we need it. And I give it 2 CPUs. Click on Forward. Confirm my installation details. Clicking on Finish will allocate the storage for the disk, and then we'll start the installation process. Okay, so now the disk has been allocated. It's going to launch the console for the virtual machine. So now it's going to continue going through the installation process as you would for any regular server.